Enterprise Mauritius embarks on a project to give new export opportunities to operators in the agri-food sector by bringing the Kosher certification. This is a quality norm for food intended for the Jewish market. Enterprise Mauritius recently hosted a workshop with Mauritian entrepreneurs where Joel Weinberger from Stock Certification of California explained the benefits of having a Kosher certification. Please tell us, what is the Kosher certification all about?
Kosher certification is kosher, meaning that it's Old Testament based food production laws, and kosher certification is the process by which we make food kosher, which means fit or proper for usage by people that care about kosher as a quality claim or for religious reasons. The certification of kosher food is based upon both the ingredients, the components, the inputs, and also the facility or the equipment in which it's processed on. So when we say that a product is kosher and it's kosher certified, it means that it has been processed on equipment which is suitable for kosher production, and also that all the inputs, all the ingredients themselves are kosher. The process to obtain kosher certification normally entails an application, which basically is listing ingredients, all processing aids, anything that goes into the product, even if it's not a significant issue, because there are very specific items which are specifically not kosher. Some of them are enumerated in the Old Testament itself, and some of them are things that we have understood or derived based upon Old Testament laws. So it's basically taking an ancient system and applying it to the modern world in order to take care of specific populations. The certification itself is basically a review of the ingredients, verifying that indeed that they can be made in a facility which will be kosher, and then based upon that there's an on-site inspection of the facility. The ingredients themselves are verified on-site to match with the application. A report is filed in order to verify and to consolidate the information that was received in the application, confirming it in the inspection. It's reviewed by, in our case, in the company that I work for, by a review board in Baltimore. Once it's reviewed and it has been determined to be kosher, an agreement, a contract is offered to the company that's interested in being kosher, with stipulations to ensure that they maintain the same ingredient supplies, that if there are any changes either to ingredients or to conditions at the factory, that they will be notified in order to see if they affect the kosher status. And based upon signing the contract and making the payment for the certification, which includes also the use of the trademark, to identify the product as kosher, it is then certified kosher.
What do you have Mauritian enterprises have to gain while adopting the kosher certification?
Enterprise Mauritius, right now the strategy is market diversification, and we want to go into new markets and capture new niche markets. And as we have certification like HACCP, that's for exporting to Europe. And now Kosher is another certification which helps enterprises to be able to successfully export to the Jewish business community in the USA and outside the USA. But also, with that certification, they can export these their kosher products to other communities worldwide. So there is a big opportunity for Mauritius, for our enterprises involved in the agro sector. We had kind of a workshop at Enterprise Mauritius where we had 18 enterprises involved in the agro sector, and representing from 12 hotels, big hotels in Mauritius, who showed interest to have to work with the consultant who is here, to work with him so that they can eventually get that kosher certification. So once they get it, they can successfully try to export to various countries.
So how Enterprise Mauritius is going to work with those enterprises, Mauritian enterprises, to promote this kosher certification?
Well, the kosher certification is something very new for Mauritius. And now, right now, the whole thing is to get people to know the advantage they can have in exporting by having this certification. That's why we have Mr. Weinberger, who has come on his own, come here to tell our enterprises and our hotels how they can benefit if they have this certification. Now we are gauging, we are assessing the interest from all these people, and those who will be interested, they will be working with Mr. Weinberger, who is here in Mauritius right now, eventually to get that certification. And once we have the certified, Enterprise Mauritius will be organizing promotional events targeting precisely these niche markets, whether it's in America, whether it's outside America.
Now, is there an incentive for enterprises to go towards this kosher certification?
Obviously, because if they have a certification, for them it's more easy to expand their exports to all these niche, to capture all these niche markets. Because without a certification, you won't be able to export to these communities or even some other communities. It's the same like, halal certification, HACCP certification. There are different types of certification, and this gives them a new market to exploit.